So I've been playing on the free-to-play account now for about a month, and in today's episode we're going to give my honest review as a new player inside of Clash Mini. So first on the agenda is the collector level. It's been a bit of a graft. It's a lot different to my max account, playing on my max account, obviously playing as a free-to-play. I'm trying to go into the free-to-play mindset as a free-to-play player as well, sort of forgetting everything I do know inside the game. So that has been challenged as well, but I'm going to try my best just to give a bit of feedback in this video. And the devs might watch it, they might like some ideas I'm putting together inside the video, or they might take an idea and build off it. And that's a good thing, you know. I hope the devs do watch and I like some of the ideas I'm going to implement. I could totally be wrong. You let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with any of the points I'm making inside of this video. Well, first on the agenda is the collector level, and the collector level where you level your collector level up to unlock a new mini or a key. And this has been probably the challenging part for me because I haven't had a ton of luck. And the problem is with the collector level is when you increase your collector level and you want to get a new mini, you might get a key, and then you might increase your collect level again, and you might get another key again, so you're not getting any minis. And this causes a bit of a problem because there's a lot to learn inside a Clash Mini when you start the game as a new player. I feel there's a ton to take in, ton to learn, and this is going to cause a bit of confusion, I feel, because the problem is when you're climbing the leaderboards and you're climbing them trophies and climbing the ranks, you need sort of better minis the higher you go. So if you're unlucky and you don't get some decent minis, you're going to struggle on the leaderboards and you're going to end up losing a lot of matches, match after match and match after match of a loss. And I feel as though this is going to cause a bit of an ill feeling with a new player, and they think they're going to be not too good at the game. And I just think I'm not playing this game anymore because I'm just losing every match. So what I suggest is that you get a mini unlocked for each level increase. Well, not for each level, but so I think the collector level should be, when you get a collector level 2, say, you unlock this mini. Then when you get to level 4, you unlock this mini. Then when you get to level 6, you unlock this mini. And then when you've completed all of the minis in that set, you can then move on to the next set and start unlocking them that way. So if you unlock the next set at level 10 or whatever it is, then you unlock the first mini at level 10 and then the next mini in that set at level 12. But you can keep the keys in a toy machine as well. You can assign the keys to the minis as you unlock them. I think that would be better. I think that would be better for player retention, because don't forget, when the update did go live, Fan did say this.
Frank and transparent. Our first day retention, D1 retention, basically means how many people stayed in day 2 after they play in day 1, has dropped significantly to a point it triggered our red alert. Like basically it triggered alarm in the team that this kind of drop is dangerous, right? But personally, I think it's healthy.
Yeah, and I think that would help with player retention because people are going to know what they're working towards. So if I'm playing the game and I'm like collector level 8 and I'm thinking, oh, I've got to get 2 more levels to unlock this next mini and then another couple more levels to unlock the mini after, that's going to make me play the game more, I feel, as a new player, because I can see what I'm going to unlock, and it's just going to create ill feeling. If I'm increasing my collect level, then I'm just getting keys after keys after keys. Because don't forget, once you increase your collect level so much, you unlock the next collector level, and then keys and stuff get added to the reward pool again. So you might go ages, like a high collector level, without unlocking some of the minis, or some of the minis you want, or heroes even. And I have even seen that from existing players. They've got to a high collector level, and they haven't even unlocked like a villager, and someone a much lower collector level has. And I think it's a bit backwards, if I'm being honest. It's been a bit of a problem. I did manage to unlock the P.E.K.K.A. on my free-to-play account. If you've been following the free-to-play series, you'll see. And she's been an absolute lifesaver, because I'm trying to maintain a 70% win rate on that account, and it's very difficult, even though I'm an experienced player. But I'm really restricted with my deck because of the units I've unlocked. And the P.E.K.K.A., I would have lost so many matches if it wasn't for her. She's been single-handedly carrying me against so many decks and other heroes on the leaderboard. So I got lucky there. But I'm thinking, if I didn't unlock the P.E.K.K.A. and I got like an E-Wizard or something instead of the P.E.K.K.A., I'd have lost a ton of matches. And I think that's potentially a bit of a turn off for new players. And another thing with the collector level is if you have them where you unlock them at a certain level. So if you unlock a mini at level 2, then the next one at level 4, you can organize them into classes as well. So the minute you unlock at level 2 could be a C class. The minute you unlock at level 4 could be a clan class. And then at level 6 could be a same class. And And then as you're progressing, you collect the level, you're getting like a fair share of the classes. Because I can't make a 4-class deck with the minis I've managed to unlock. I can only make some two-class decks. So I can only have like 2 C units in a deck. I can have 2 clan classes in a deck, 2 sane classes. I can't have a 4. And that's a big part of Clash Mini, in my opinion, at the minute, is the classes. And God only knows how long it can take before you unlock 4 of the same class. You could go on for ages. And it's a massive thing. And you are at a big disadvantage if you don't get a 4 unit class down on the battle boards when some other people might have. So I just think it's a bit more organisation side of things with the collector level. If it's more linear, I know the team's trying to get away from that. I know, and I like the fact you do have to grind for minis. I really do, and I think that was a great implementation to the game. But in my personal experience and my personal opinion, I don't think the way it is now is the ideal way. And I think the team does know this. Like I say, I might talk about some points in this video that they've already mentioned they're going to fix and sort of them type of things. But I've already got the video pieced together, so I'm just going to go through it as it is. But yeah, that's my experience with the collector level. I think it should be you unlock minis at a certain level, and then you can see what you go to unlock. And I think that in turn will increase player attention down there because people know what they want to grind for. So if someone's going to unlock the Royal Champion at level 15, you might think, well, I'm collector level 10. If I grind Clash Mini a day, I could have that Royal Champion in my back pocket by the end of the day. Instead of just a ton of silver keys or a couple of gold keys that the players might get instead of unlocking minis. And I think it would be better to organise them with synergies as well. So, like it says, you're increasing the collector level and unlocking these units as you go. You get one of each class, so then you can start building your decks and build a class deck out of the minis you're unlocking instead of leaving it to chance and moving on to the next collector level with stuff you haven't unlocked in the previous one. So that's my overall thoughts on the collector level. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about that, and we'll move on to the next part of the video. So the next part of the video is a new game mode. A new game mode for free-to-play players rather than just playing duels. Because as much as I love duels here, I absolutely love playing duels on my max account. That's what I love doing. You know, I'm not fussed about rumbles. I'm not even too fussed about the events modes we get. I just love playing duels on my max account. It's a total gaming experience with a max account and a free-to-play account. Guess so, because I've got all the minis unlocked, everything up there, but I love duels on my main account. On my free-to-play account, not so much so. It gets a bit boring and a bit repetitive, I've felt. Because I've got my deck, because I've been restricted on what minis I've unlocked. So that's the best deck I've got put together. That's the one I'm having the most success with. And I'm just going in duel match after duel match after duel match. So when these events, the new event mode just came around this week, 1800 trophies. I have gone past 1800 trophies. It is a bit of a rumble type game. It was actually a breath of fresh air, and I was so thankful it came around on my free-to-play account. Just because it was something different to play. And like I said, with the collector level issues, these new players are going to be restricted with the deck. They're going to start climbing the leaderboard, and they're just going to go into duels after duels after duels. And then, like I say, once they start climbing the ranks, they're just going to get beat. So they're going to be losing match after match after match after match. And that's going to leave it ill feeling for a player, I'm telling you. They're just going to think, oh, I'm not playing this anymore. I'm just getting beat all the time. And it's not going to be fun for that player. So a big issue I found is the game mode. Just something different. You know, we've had previous game modes in the past. You know, we had the bigger board where it was like a massive board and you played each other. That was a real fun game mode. You know, I'd like to see that come back. Or even friendly games. And I like the fact they did remove friendly games because of the way the trophy system works. So if you're a high rank player, just say you're global number 4, and you match with a player that's global 600 and you get beat, you're going to lose a ton of trophies. So when friendly mode was there inside the game, it's making that pool of active players on the rank matches much smaller. So you stand less a chance of getting a player that's closer to you. Obviously, with the friendly mode gone, you're getting players much closer to you more often than not because everyone's just playing rank matches. So even friendly matches, I feel, might be a good addition for the free-to-play, and it might help them out a lot because it doesn't, like, even though you might lose a match, you're not losing trophies. But in the actual rank matches, and you're struggling with your decks because you haven't unlocked the minis with the collector level, and you're losing matches and then losing trophies, it is a bit of a hit. So I think with the introduction of friendly mode back, that might be better for the free-to-play player. But like I say, on my main account, I like it. That isn't friendly modes because it makes that pool of active players much bigger on the rank matches. So that's maybe something we could see when the game does go global. We could see a friendly mode come back. I think that would be a big help. But I really feel like we need a new game mode, especially if it's for free-to players, just to dive in, have a bit of fun, complete a few quests, and just split it up from the duel matches. And moving on to the next issue I see as a free-to-play, and I do see this on my main account as well, and I know it's been talked about in the community as being an issue, and it's the tiles. It's the special tiles. So I'm okay sort of with the special tiles. Some of them I don't like, i.e. the jump tile, the clone tile. Not a fan of them too. But I do like them being in the game because it does stop it from feeling stale. It is a bit fresher each day with the new tile rotation. The problem is you can't see the second tile spawn. So a game that's built around placing your minis and outsmarting your opponent and placing them down, and you can't move them, they're locked in position. A game that's built around that strategy and then thrown in a random tile in round 3, just to total wipe out that strategy you've built up 2 rounds. Like, you've built up on to beat your opponent. I think it's crazy. And as a new player joining the game, having to take that into consideration. I know Fan did say in the stage channel when the game update did go live that a really skilled player can manipulate the placement of a tile. I mean, I'm not the most skilled player. I don't know what I'm doing. You can't really manipulate it to where you want to go. It's still random. And as a new player, like I say, joining the game, and then they've got a restricted deck, and then you've got this random tile placement to add insult to injury even more. I feel like when they've built this strategy up and make them lose the game because of a random tile placement, I think it's a bit crazy. And I just don't know why it can't just be like grayed out on the board until round 3, and it'll make life a whole lot easier. It adds actually a layer of strategy because you think, right, well, that tile's going to be active in round 3. I can see where it's going to spawn. I'm going to place my minis like this and take that into consideration. But I do know it has been mentioned in the past. I do know the team are keeping an eye on it. But it's just an issue I faced as a free-to-play. And it wasn't even me. It was more my opponents when I was playing them. They just weren't taking the tile into consideration. And it's almost like they were a bit confused. So it wasn't even me. Some of these issues aren't me. Some of these issues that I noticed from the other player. And I thought that's I've seen that a few times. So a new player might be struggling with that. And also another issue is the hero upgrades. That has been a gripe of mine since the update. But I think Daniel, my buddy Daniel, had a good idea where, you know, when you click on the hero to select which upgrade you actually want, just have the upgrade selection there. So you click on the hero, there's 3 upgrades pop up, and then you can see it costs 4 elixir, and then you can pick which upgrade you want from rounds 1 or onwards, you know, and make that clear to the new players, because there was games I was playing, so many games I was playing, where they weren't even upgrading the hero, you know. So I did see that quite a lot as a free to play. Again, not me, so I know better than to not upgrade my hero, but I did see quite a lot from your players, because they might not even get it in the deck roll, and if they go 2 rounds down and I beat them 3-0, they might be thinking, how comes he upgraded his hero? I didn't see mine. So I think if it's available from rounds 1, and it's like Daniel says, something to that effect, it's just an idea. Click on your hero, it shows upgrades, and you pick the upgrade there. From round 1 onwards, you can upgrade anytime you want. I think that might be a bit easier, and a bit easier to follow for new players as well. So that's another 2 little issues I did see on the free-to-play account. And the final issue I have came across on the free-to-play account is the currency. You know, I've got loads of gold, but I'm really struggling with fragments. And I think when the update went live, a lot of the top players, when they were going to refine the units and stuff, they were struggling with gold. And they had a ton of fragments. That actually happened to me on my main account as well. I had loads of gold and loads of fragments, and then I ended up having no gold left on my main account. But it's the other way as a free-to-play. I've got a ton of gold there. I can refine loads of minis, but I've got no fragments. So it might be cool to have like a bit of a trade in the shop. So you could sell like 10,000 gold and get 50 fragments. Or you could sell 50 fragments and get 10,000 gold just by clicking on something in the shop. So you can swap your resources out to get your refinements going. Because you've got gold sat there, and I did notice this was an issue with crystal coins as well. You can maybe have something in the shop with crystal coins, but a lot of players are just sitting on resources now, which isn't a bad thing, because we could have new minis and stuff coming in the future where you need to refine your units, so they're always going to get put to use. But on the free to play, like I say, I've got a ton of gold there, and I've got no blue fragments, and I could get a few levels going, a few refinements going, and increase my collector level a bit. So I think, like I say, a trade it in shop where you could sell some gold off for fragments or sell some fragments off for gold. Let's people juggle the resources. Maybe introduce something there for crystal coins as well. But that was the final thought on a free-to-play account. We had the collect levels. It was a bit confusing and a bit like too random and sort of spoils the player experience. The tiles, a new game mode, the hero upgrades, and the fragments. Like I say, if you do agree with any of the points I've made or disagree as well, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you guys in the next one.